already know who it is. So I wanted to get into these Russell Brand sexual assault, rape allegations, and a litany of other allegations supposedly aimed at this man in the height of his career, roughly 2006 to 2013. Now, I'm a believer of, if this man truly did these heinous, cruel things, such as rape, why isn't he behind bars as of today or have served his time since then? On the other coin, you never know what may come out of the dungeons of the darkness to come later to come and get you. Just like Bill Cosby, just like R. Kelly, just like this dude from the 70s show. Now, all these guys' past allegations did not absolve them from what they'd done. And they were subsequently convicted, and now they're about to serve some time, and some are currently serving time. Harvey Weinstein. So there's a bunch of guys who've gone through this. So he's not shielded because they were years ago. That's when I want to let you know. We don't know if this is true or not. We have no idea. These allegations are thrown out there, and supposedly because he's building some steam here on YouTube. He has roughly, I think, almost damn near 7 million followers, and that is quite an audience. He's a big, roughly, I'm assuming most of those people are English. A lot of his English followers, because he's from the UK and everything. So he definitely has a good amount of influence versus competing versus the mainstream media. So I wanted to look at this video, and it's put on by Piers Morgan, an interview setting. And guess who he has on the panel? JustPearlyThings. Yes, JustPearlyThings is everywhere. And I thought actually, aka JustPearlyThings, if you don't know who I'm talking about, JustPearlyThings is fucking everywhere. Just always trying to get this clout. And she would revel in this. She would be like, hey, the man's innocent, without her knowing shit. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video and see what's up.
Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. In recent years, Russell Brand's reinvented himself as an anti-establishment commentator online. He has 6.6 million subscribers.
But real quick, I wanted to say JustPearlyThings, Pearl, and Piers just had some drama a while back. So I guess they made up. They friends now. She went at him, he went at her, and whatnot. But they was going at each other's head, and now they're back. She's back to get that clout.
Subscribers on his YouTube channel, 11.2 million followers on Twitter, 6 million fans on Facebook, and they're all very loyal to him. Millions of Brand's fans have been crying conspiracy since this scandal broke, led by influential figures like Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson, and Andrew Tate. Why do so many believe that he's a victim of a big conspiracy? We'll discuss this. I'm joined by the controversial influencer Pearl Davis, and from New York, the equally controversial influencer Louise Mensch. Let's call you both the same title, shall we? All right, let me start with you, Pearl. I've been watching this. It's very interesting how this debate has come down now.
Pearl is part of the itty bitty titty committee.
On the conservative right in the main, but basically saying they believe he's been deliberately.
Look like she ready for this one. She ready for this interview
because he's been promoting what they see as conspiracy theories.
Very well coached.
I mean, it certainly seems like that. I mean, I think you just start to see the same thing over and over again, where prominent figures like the Tate brothers, right, come out, and then all of a sudden they have all these allegations from 10 years ago, and there's no evidence. They don't go to the police.
Wait, stop. Just because it happened once or twice to some prominent folks, it's happened before. People have been battling against false allegations before. That doesn't mean the Matrix is out to get them. Nobody gives a damn about. I know who Russell Brand is. He was in movies, and I just know him from around town. But he ain't got no big ass influence to silence him or some bullshit like that.
And all
not
of a
at
sudden,
all.
It's believe women with no evidence.
And
and it becomes like trial by the media, which I just think is wrong.
But is it right to equate his
court of
YouTube
public
channel,
opinion? That's what she meant to say.
Exploration of various theories about COVID or whatever. Is it really realistic that a 4-year investigation by two mainstream media companies is in any way connected to that, or a desire to silence him. Why would they care?
It just seems like they always just go after him. I don't know why.
All right, let me bring in Louise.
I don't know why.
I don't really
But you're
follow
so
this
on
bit.
his
I don't
side,
understand why
and the women are so
mainstream media
wrong.
really
But
care.
but you don't know
Russell
why.
Brand has millions
You're
of
just
people
choosing a
watching
side and
stuff.
sticking with it.
I've watched
Why
some
don't
of
you
the
wait for the
cases. There's
evidence?
always right-wing people. He has left-wing people on as well. It's quite interesting, some of it. I was going to get him on
Pearl
my
looking
show.
all
Maybe do his.
sideways. She looked
I
way
don't really
different,
understand this
less
theory that somehow
comfortable
it's
on
all
this
a
interview than
deliberate
she has in
campaign to
previous.
silence it.
What, did they have a time machine, Piers? Like, did they have a time machine to go back in time 4 years before he had this YouTube channel at all, and before he started tacking hard to the alt-right, and then somehow they decided that they were going to get him? No, they didn't. And I think the key thing here is not to confuse two separate issues. The first is
I
the
was
issue
dead.
of
Do they have a
putative
time
criminality
machine?
of a criminal
Nope,
case
they
that,
do
as
not.
the previous guests said, will almost certainly never be brought because this is historical stuff, and saying, which I think you're saying, I disagree with you, that the rest of us can't decide that these women are victims. Now, I don't believe in the Me Too movement. I have a problem with the idea that accusation is the same as conviction. That's not true. I believe these specific women because I heard what they have to say and I find them credible in a way that I don't find other accusers credible. And I think that's the difference. It's
Well, then
not
go to
one
the
size
police.
fits all.
Then go to the police. Like, why are you going to the media and not the police? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, the media, like, they run stories, and I just don't think it's fair that we do trial by the media.
Well, except that, as I said
isn't
earlier,
trial, Pearl.
Harvey Weinstein is in prison because women went to journalists.
Exactly.
And then the police.
Well,
have
they
to-
said
Exactly.
They go to the police.
Yeah, but it can be
Exactly.
sometimes women.
Exactly. It's not as easy. Look at her eye. Look how I caught her. She is rolling her fucking eyes to the back of her head. That's because what Pearl is saying, she should know this. It's highly insensitive. She knows that in a lot of domestic situations, women can't just run to the police, especially in low income areas. The police are totally against them. And if they don't have the evidence in hand, you know, a repeated trend of what is going on, of the abuse, it's kind of like forgotten. It's thrown by the wayside. So you need hardcore evidence. You need journalists who will listen and expose, like, get the real stories of multiple sources and do the right journalism to expose all this. Just like he said, Harvey Weinstein was caught up because a journalist, the females went to journalists. They didn't go to police first. They went to journalists. They probably went to police, probably didn't hear them, but finally they went to journalists. Motherfuckers get their word out. And social media, she has to admit, that is a more crazier tool to get the word out opposed to telling the police on time. And then the police will eventually get them.
Feel we just had the.
Why would you? That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
you go to the journalist instead of the police.
But we live in a country here where only
In addition-
1% of rape allegations lead to conviction.
Well, you're maybe only 1% were telling the truth. I don't know.
Does that seem likely?
Could be.
Unlikely.
She just loves
I don't know.
It says to me the justice system is wrong.
she loves
In the way
pushing
that
against the
Mexico is,
grain.
Louise.
She loves it.
Look, Pearl is somebody who believes that women shouldn't even have the vote. Okay, let's just leave it
Yes,
there.
yes.
You heard in your own show today, Piers, one of your earlier guests who was actually defending Russell Brand said that she had been raped and the police treated her very
what
nicely.
is on
but
your
when you
lip?
pressed her
You
and
got
said, then
some
what
Vaseline
happened? We heard
all
what
outside
happens
your
all
lips.
the time to women that make these accusations. The director of public prosecution said there were two people in the room. I can't prove anything, and they didn't bother to bring
Yeah,
a
'cause
case
you need
against
evidence.
the guy.
But,
And
like,
that
you're
was
just
somebody who was
assuming they're telling
defending
the
Russell Brand.
truth.
Well,
You're
She-
assuming they're telling the
I am
truth.
not-
I don't just.
She already said she's not assuming that they're telling the truth. Pearl, you're wrong. She said in her opening monologue that she does not equate allegations to convictions. Point blank, period. These are allegations. That doesn't mean she fully believes them. But we have to, if he's getting charged, we have to take him somewhat seriously until further notice. B.
See, I don't
am
think
not
it's.
assuming that
I
they are
mean, where I
telling the
disagree
truth.
with Louise,
I
don't
listen to them.
I don't think it is sensible to automatically believe any accusers about anything. My
Facts.
natural
Nobody's saying that.
Head says to me that's a dangerous.
That's why
road to
she
go
nodding
down.
her head.
I've
Nobody
met
believes that.
Cases in this country
Fucking stupid.
where people have turned out to be completely innocent, who were the subject of massive publicity over
Yep.
bogus allegations.
Well, and you're telling me that a guy that has women throwing themselves at him 24/7.
A perfect example is the Tate brothers. They got massive allegations thrown their way, and obviously they came out of it innocent. So of course this happens. It literally just happened. Of course it happens. But that doesn't mean we have to totally pick one side or the other before anything's laid out on the table. It's
That
crazy.
had to rape somebody. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't
Yes,
think.
women coming
No,
out
I don't
all
think.
the
I don't think you
time.
can make the leap that couldn't happen.
I didn't say it couldn't. I'd say it's very unlikely. Like, is
Pearl
Elon
got a
Musk, is he
serious
gonna rob a
tongue-tie.
bank? Probably.
Now, a tongue tie, if some of y'all don't know, a tongue tie is where you see this right here. That little thing between your tongue and the bottom of your mouth right there. That right there is really, really tight. And it's not loose enough to like move your tongue. So you're rolling your tongue all the time. Sound like Mickey Mouse.
Probably not. I think it's certainly less likely, but he could do it.
Louise, final word to you, quick.
He had thousands of women, yeah, but he decided he had to go and pick up a 16-year-old from school. Look, I don't have to see him convicted in a court of law to believe these accusers, because these specific accusers are credible.
Okay.
Their stories are credible.
Why are they credible?
We've got to leave it there.
What- is there a woman?
We will come back to this because it's bound to keep going, Miss Scandal. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Louise.
Facts. It goes both ways. We just don't know. But that's why you got to be sensible about this. And to me, I don't know what he did. I have no idea. He's a good actor or whatnot. He has the influence. I have no idea. I don't know anything. I just know that the allegations are sticking. His ass going to be indicted. His ass going to be convicted, or his ass going to be something. Something going to happen. His ass going to be acquitted, convicted, or whatever. And then at that point, we'll see and make our decision. And especially if these women are even exposed. Anyway, I'll holler back at y'all. Thanks for listening. Peace.